Hi all, welcome back. Red Storm, Dark Blue Defection, Scenario 4, Iron Eagle. This is part 29. Right, I have just come straight back there. I thought I'd answer my question, but I've worded my question poorly, and the person that answered it didn't quite understand what I was asking, so I've had to reword that because he just gave me a couple of details on what happens when Sam launches at a flight with a maneuver marker, and I understand how it comes off. It's just I was looking in under movement, the movement section, movement points, and I didn't start reading all the way through it, and I just started wondering if there might be something in there that tells me, when maneuver marker says it must expend half its movement points. I don't know, or am I foolishly thinking something? Oh, God knows. Right, I'm going to linger a little bit in the hope that that guy comes back and maybe says, right, that's what you're asking, right. So, well, what I could do is I could move my bomber to start with, because he's moved his flight anyway, so there's nothing more. So he's aborting at high altitude, slam. He's got a speed of 5, but he can dash at 7. He's got lots of fuel. Well, yeah, he probably does. He wants to get across. Did he get? Yeah, he's got a damaged aircraft, so he does want to get across the other. Because it's worse if you have to recover across the other side of the front, isn't it? So let's dash him then, and give him a speed of 7, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, free turn, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he's kind of out of there now. Well, I did say he's probably wanting to try and land up there, isn't it? I just didn't want to get him close to the jamming flight. Right, he dashed as well. So, okay. Yeah. Well, to be honest, he's only going to get one more turn, so he's not going to be able to land. But he's going to be across the side of the front, and I think that's the important part here. So that's him moved. Well, Cobra, we can move Cobra too. Now Cobra can maybe F-15. Where's these cards? Up here. Let's bring it down a little bit. He's at high altitude, so he can dash at 8. Did we dash on last turn? Yeah, I think we did. I think we should, because, well, we want to reach here. That's not really going to matter, Grant, is it? Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5's going to be one short, right? So I do want to dash him, because I want to get him. So I want to dash him at, to be honest, I just want to dash him at the speed of 6. I can do that. I think I can do between 5 and 8 if I dash. So it's just the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4. I've miscounted there quite a bit, have I not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I've not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Free turn 6. Yeah, because that's really all I want to kind of achieve, is get him near that orbit point, isn't it? He's still disordered. Well, that's the whole point of that. So we will get a better roll to try and remove disorder from him. It doesn't do anything for me. It would mean they could get back into the action. He has weapons. Yeah, it would mean he could get back into action, but as you can see, he's not. So yeah, so we'll do that. Like I say, I'm just killing time, giving this guy a chance to. Sorry, it was one of the sort of BGG names that didn't really have a name, so I can't even decipher what it was. Okay, bomber, right. Well, jammer, you don't want to move yet, because that is relevant. So it now comes down to Silver Fox and saying, yeah, that's me stalled as much as I can stall, isn't it? Well, what I could do is just do this the worst case scenario. I just feel like it's probably not going to trigger by removing the manoeuvre marker. Something tells me that's just kind of silly, but you are expending movement points, and that's... Yeah, I don't think I gave Cobra a dash marker just while I'm on it. There we are. That's that fixed. Yeah, so if we want Saint to do BVR, we need Silver Fox out the way, so it means he's got to move first. If we don't want that, if we just... Yeah, but like I've already explained, the risk is that Silver Fox is definitely going to trigger the SC13. Saint doesn't necessarily need to. He might if he went into air combat and scattered. However, if Silver Fox is going to do it first anyway, then that means that can't. So it's still better moving this flight first, the way I see it. So we either make a rule ourselves here. Let me go and just have a glance then, see if the guy's been able to get back to me. No, no joy. Well, what's the worst? I mean, if I trigger that, I mean, the other thing... Oh no, I've already said that it doesn't seem to do it with the AAA, does it? Because the AAA wants a specific thing done with the movement points. So that'll apply to the inherent AA as well, which is what we are concerned about, isn't it? Yeah, we're not involved by the AA fire around that, but we are still behind the front. We're at low altitude. Inherent AA would kick in. But I did say there, we need to be doing something with the movement points there. It specifically says it. It's just for the SAM, it doesn't. It just says you need to spend a movement point. So... Oh, you know what? This SAM's definitely going to fire anyway because we're 1 hex away. It's not even going to check for long range. So it doesn't matter if the points are spent on this manoeuvre or not. Right, we can do this then, can't we? So if I set my movement at 4, knowing that it's going to be half to 2, because and we can't dash because... Why can't we dash, Grant? Oh no, we could dash, but it wasn't any point because our speed is at 5. It wouldn't have gave us any extra, so there's no point wasting a fuel point. Right, so we're going to do this, and we're going to spend 2 movement points to remove that. Now, I think it's kind of irrelevant here, because if that does not trigger this SA13 firing at us, then I'm going to spend 1 more movement point to climb to medium altitude, which is going to trigger it anyway, right? So what I'll do is, I'll just trigger it now. Because it's going to fire, and it can only fire once. So I'll just trigger it now, and that'll be that. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So, and I'm actually triggering it because we removed the manoeuvre marker, but something tells me I'm going to eventually get the answer saying, no, you don't need to do that. So we're going to get a SAM attack, clearing card 2, I want to say. Yeah, that is. You're getting good, Grant, you're getting good. And we need the SA13 along here, and let's go and look at this. Well, and like I say, we don't need to check for long range because it's not at long range. So yeah, so that's good. This could be bad. So our modifiers, we don't check the A2, we're just going to look on this. It is not at long range, so we're looking at the 0 column. Although it's at range 1. Is that right? Then why does it mean it's range 0? I think we look at that column. Let me just look, see, it baffles me when I look up at the data table there. Let me pause and have a look at it. Yeah, because if we look at this and we don't use the car and we look at this, it's -1 long range per hex. So if you're at... Oh, just don't, Grant. Don't do it. Don't look there. Just look here, right? We're looking at range 0, but the problem is it's not range 0, it's range 1, and that's why it's bothering me. I think we still look under that column. So I think at range 0 and at range 1, I want to say, I think that's what I should say. It should be saying 0 and 1. At a low altitude, there's no modifiers for that, right? We're going with that. That's actually right, because I remember John saying that it's probably because of the cards, because I think I was looking at this one and I was saying, well, is that 1 under range? Is that 1 to 7? And what he said was, yeah. And I kind of wish that they'd managed to be able to do that, and then it would have cleared everything up for me. And this should say a range is 0 or 1, I want to say. But, okay, so range 1, which is under the 0 at low altitude, so no modifier there. And then infrared SAM, there is a modifier for that one. So that's some -1 for us. Remember, we want a low result here. Salvo fire, no. Infrared SAM from forward hemisphere. It is not. It's coming from a rear hemisphere, so we're not getting that one either. So we're only getting a -1 to this roll. And we want less than or equal to 11. Oh, we lucked out again. Look at that. 7 -1 is 6. That is a miss. Ooh, right, good. Okay, well, we can move on here. Okay, so the SAM has launched, and it's missed, and we're good to go. Now, remember, they spent the removal of that maneuver marker, although it was spending movement points, did not trigger the inherent, right? Whether it actually triggered that or not, we might get the answer to that. So now I'm going to spend the movement point to climb to medium altitude, because I want to get high up. I want to get out of here, right? And then when I do that, I'm changing that to medium. When I do that, now this SAM would have triggered again. However, the thing that would trigger first is an inherent AA 2K22 fire. So we're going to get that. Now, that's going to trigger at low altitude. Yeah, because it doesn't fire at medium altitude, Grant. So take play red card 2 away and find play red card 1. And let's get this bit done. So yeah, so inherent 2K22 at a low altitude is a 13. So if we can avoid rolling a 13, we're going to come out of this perfectly, but here we go. 12! 2 6s again. I always get confused with the 6s. Man, I know there's a wee line underneath them, but you still have to look and just make sure the wee line's at the right bit. Perfect, isn't it? Yes. Now, we've been at deck, that would have hit us. Needed 13. So nothing again. Now, remember, well, actually, it wouldn't matter here, but remember, we can only take 1 fire from that inherent fire per turn, per movement phase. However, we're now at medium altitude, and we're now safe, and we're now just getting out of here. So, well, yeah, I want to move away from this, so I'm going to move 1 free turn. And that spends my last movement point. Now that Silver Fox out of the way now, which will allow the other F-16 Saint flight to come in behind us and BVR, because the BVR from the rear, actually, is it rear arc? It is rear arc, isn't it? Well, that is his rear arc. So that'd be fine. I think we want to do that. I think I do that. I can see, obviously John's said that the F-16s are the king of standard air-to-air combat. Fair enough, but in this, well, mind you, the SC-13's fired now. But we could still get thrown out at medium altitude. No, we wouldn't take the inherent either. All we would take is the AA fire. And that's a row 18 he needs. It does feel more juicy to maybe go in there with standard air instead, doesn't it? Because I get the feeling we've got a better chance of a better result out of that. And remember, okay, we've got a morale check to take. However, we don't. Morale doesn't damage you or anything. It doesn't, does it? I mean, it just. The worst case scenario is you abort and you lose some aggression. But that's not going to lose us points. I mean, yes, he could get lucky with his one aircraft that's going to fire, remember? Because he's got one damaged and one undamaged. Whereas we have 3 aircraft. And in fact, he's disordered. Nah, it still means he rolls in the 1 column. That's a mistake we made as well. So actually, maybe it is worthwhile just going for this. And then if I do get kicked out, scattered to medium, I'll take an AA risk from that. It's a row 18 or greater. Then you go into the last turn, you're at medium, you've got to climb the high and take that again. And then take the SC13. I would take that next turn, wouldn't I? Yeah, see, it's still safer going with the BVR. Okay, just before I decide what to do, I did get another response from John Brown this time, saying that because I'm just trying to look across here. The removal and mover marker does use the word expend. So he has always played it that does count, and then Sam could fire. He follows that up with a little reminder that, well, I'm sure this is referring to an infrared Sam, which obviously has been watching my playthrough and he knows the situation, which is the case. He does put a wee reminder in there that when a flight has been involved in air-to-air combat, it loses its SAM acquisition if it had been acquired by a radar SAM. However, between and some folk might have thought, well, how can it be fired at if it's not acquired? But between the stage of, I don't know, just what I think what he's meaning is, we could have had the movement phase is all finished, we've done all our attacks, you've got a SAM acquisition phase there that would happen again before we come around to removing manoeuvre markers and the likes. But it does say it would be dependent on the timing of how you were doing it. I think I get the gist of that. But that's how John plays it. So, like I said, I replied to him and says, right, that's how I'll play it, unless the question's there if Douglas Bush wants to add into that. If it's not the case, we will maybe find out. So, okay, good to know. What did I decide then? I think I'm just going to go for BVR. I'm afeard day. I don't think it's worthwhile taking risks here. Really, is it? Right, let's just do the BVR. I know it's not as good, but you never know. So, we're at high altitude. This is an F-16. We don't have any issues on us. We've got a speed at 5. Yeah, that's kind of all we need, isn't it? So, and as long as I'm in his rear arc, yeah. That's the downside, yeah, because I can't come in, because even at his beam, so I'm gonna get the negative modifier to that. Is that just for the? No, it's not. That's when you go to the manoeuvre, isn't it? You get I get a -2 for attacking from the rear. Oh, not applicable for infrared missile. Oh, how about that? You know what we've got? Infrared missiles. Defender attack from rear. We've got a -2. However, I'm not attacking from his front. But at least I don't get that -2. Because I'm using an infrared missile. Yeah, it's an aim 9M. And I need to be at range 1 at the rear. Okay, well, I think that sells it for me. I think so. And he's got a decent aggression value as well. He's got a +2. Right. Okay, so yeah, we can't dash as well because he's got a crippled aircraft. Going to set my speed at 5 then. In fact, 1, 2. Speed at 5 is only 90-degree turns on it. Well, let's see if I'm making it 5. I might just be making it 4. So 30, 60. 1, 2, 3, 30, 60, 90, 4, and then 5 is in there with a 30-degree turn. Let's just go for that. I mean, I might have been able to have another engagement attempt there, possibly, if I'd worked that right. But, yeah. Let's go with that. Right, he finished on a max turn though as well, and he spent all his movement points. He is now going to BVR engage Cisco of the M29, MiG-29 flight. So we do need to roll for engagement. This is BVR, so it's just us that do these rolls. So just checking the requirements, detected. Yeah, and the rules of engagement are fine. We are attacking him from a rear, and there's not a friendly flight within 1. It's within 2, but we're at the rear, so that's okay. Look down now, we're both at high altitude. I'll move this altitude marker. We're both at high altitude, so all good there. Yeah. Right, so for engagement, we need a 9. This is just us at rolling this, remember. We need a 9 for BVR. The first 2 apply. There's no difference in altitude band. No, our aggression value is +2. So we really only need a 7 here. I hope this doesn't backfire though. It would be rotten to not get this result. Okay, good. 11 +2 is 13. So engagement applies. So now we're going to do maneuver, shot resolution, depletion, etc. So over at maneuver, now we've got 4 aircraft, but one of them's crippled, so we're only getting 3 aircraft. So we're looking on the 3 column, down the BVR dice roll side. Our modifiers are down the bottom there. That doesn't apply. No. Now, I thought this was going to apply, but as infrared missile, you just look across there at Saint Flight, you'll see that his BVR weapon is an AIM-9M, which is an infrared missile. It's going to get a +1 come the time. It needs a range of 1, so we're all good there. So that doesn't apply. However, that doesn't apply. Yeah, because it is rear arc, yeah. That one doesn't apply. We do get aggression again though, so we do get a +2 on this. So here goes on the 3 column with a +2. I'll just cover it up. Makes it more exciting. Although you generally know what numbers are reasonable and what aren't. So what did I say? A +2. Right, here we go. Okay, well we know what that is. Why did you not just go right hand, Grant? Well, I was thinking about when you BVR, you can standard air or something else, isn't it? I'm remember back to the F-15 though, so that might be just an F-15 thing. I want to say you can BVR something, and then you could standard air something else if you had movement points left, maybe. I think it's something like that, isn't it? Oh well, that was a bit of a letdown then. So no shot opportunities, nothing more to check there at all. Yeah. Skip to G, but, well, like I've said, there's no point skipping to any of it. Let's just skip the rest of it. And well, I went through and spent all his movement points, so he's done. So, in actual fact, that's all our flights. Well, apart from our... hang on. Yeah, no, we checked Silver Fox for the 2K22, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We just got away with that one. Yeah. So this flight's got to move another 3. 1, 2, 3. So it might be a wee bit higher up. I might need to alter that. Well, you know what? I don't think there's anything else to worry about now. Unless we're still messing about with Saint flight here, trying to chase Siskov. Okay, so that's all our flights moved. Right, let's get this finished. Come on, Grant. You can surely finish this now. I'm only at 26 minutes. I'm running slightly short of time, but I want to kind of get this done. Only problem is when you rush, that's when you tend to you can make mistakes, Grant. Okay, play card 4 for some sequence of play. That's all the movement done. Flights that use dash throttle, we've got Cobra there. You dashed. It's marked a fuel point. Somebody else. Yeah, Bomber, Slam, dashed. Plenty of fuel there though. I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, that's that. Nothing to recover. They've left the map. No SAM location. Track phase. Okay, let's check the track phase. Nobody at O or deck, I want to say. No. So play card 2. We'll check us on the C column. Rolled a 4. Oh, that could be good. Hearts. So any heart flights that we've got, well, I wouldn't like that for him. Any heart flights that we've got are going undetected. Might be our jamming flight. It is. So Condor goes undetected. And that's that. In fact, yeah, it's just Saint that we've got. Oh no, and Slam. Okay, so for them to check for, well, they need to roll for the heart as well, don't they? On the D column is 15. That's nothing. And he was looking for 13. So nothing there. SAM acquisition, none of that. Admin, right. Flights roll for disorder recovery. Ah, that was the other reason. You idiot. Yeah, if I engage them in air-to-air combat, he can't roll for disorder recovery. And I didn't. Ah, you balloon. Let's see. If the flight was attacked by a SAM or AA that turn, engage in air-to-air combat that turn. Acquired by a SAM at any time. Engaged in air-to-air combat that turn. Right. This air-to-air combat, well, you know what? Rule 11 is air-to-air combat, but I mean, air-to-air combat means standard air-to-air combat, and it also means BVR air-to-air combat. I mean, it was engaged. We engaged it in BVR combat. I don't think it can roll then. Do not roll for disorder recovery if the flight was engaged in air-to-air combat that turn. Well, I don't even need to look. I was starting to think, well, I'll look this up while I go and post a question. That, what I've just read there tells me that he can. And remember, air-to-air combat it's rule 11 and it's in big red letters. You see it there. It's not differentiating between the two, meaning when it comes to here, standard air-to-air combat engagement and BVR air-to-air combat. So that it's still got the words, and that's the only words it uses for disordered. I know we're at a weird angle here. As engaged in air-to-air combat that turn. Do not roll for disordered recovery if the fight was engaged in air-to-air combat that turn. Okay, well, I'm glad of that because that would have been a big blunder. So he's not getting to roll. However, Cobra is. And Cobra is going to get a +8. But he's got his aggression value as well. So his aggression value is -1. He's getting a +8 because he's adjacent to rally points. So we're getting a +7 and we need a 20. So I'm not going to look out charts or anything. I'm just speeding along here. So we're rolling 2 dice. Yes. And we need a 20. We're getting a +7. Okay? And that's rubbish. So 6 and 7 is 13. That is not 20. So no disorder recovery there. And like I said, Siskov, I don't believe can roll for it. So that'll be that. Split flights, roll to remove shutdown markers, switch radar A and mobile A on off, switch SAM radars, remove SAM launch markers, we will do that. Radar, what is it? Roll for loss of A, suppression, just going to do this off camera. It's an 8 we need, yeah. I rolled a 1, so that's not coming off either. Again, not really that relevant, but well, I suppose we've still got flights around about then. And then, yeah, I think that's it. There's no any other markers we can move. The only thing we can do now is, well, here's the thing. I wasn't sure about this, so that's going to be removed in this phase, I think. But now do we roll for this? I think I can only sort of say, yeah, we do it at the same time. No, hang on. No, because what's going to happen is let's look up suppressed. There's a section about that, isn't there? Radar suppressed. Where are you? 17.53. I think it's in there somewhere. Like the suppressed part. Radar shutdowns. Right, give me a sec. Right, there's another bit. Radar suppression, 18.22 on page 36. Units, yeah, may not do that. If they're suppressed, no. Hang on. Units marked with radar suppressed marker may not turn the radars on, attack, move, or for EWR units attempt detection. After the required number of turns, replace the radar suppressed marker with a radar shutdown marker. Well, that was the last turn, so do we now replace this with the shutdown marker right here in this turn? Grant, does it really matter? This, it's not going to be relevant. The SAM EWR radar equip A may now roll in the admin phase to remove the radar shutdown marker normally. So I'm going to say this all happens in the same phase. We've removed the last step. It's got a shutdown marker and we're going to roll for this. So this is 17.53. It needs to roll. Again, I'm just going to do this off camera. They may attempt to remove the shutdown marker and the admin roll a die and a result of 5 or greater remove the marker. So 5 or greater. There we go. Roll the 2. Right, so it's staying shut down. But you can maybe let me know, John, if that should have happened maybe in the next turn. Because I just removed the 1 suppression there, turn it down to 0. But it might have all happened, might have been all happened there. That's fine. Just to know for the future. But again, it's not relevant here. That's that. That's everything. Okay. So we now move on to the final turn, 10. So here's the thing though, we could still have a go at this fight. Right, push on, Grant. Let's do it. I'm going to end up being late tonight. Hang on. Right, let's just go through and complete the final turn. Why not? I should be able to do it reasonably quick. So random event. Oh, yeah, here we go again with the random event. 3 times I think we've had it this scenario, and we've rolled. The command confusion, and we've rolled Warsaw Pact every time. So here we go. Right, 11. Oh, just got away with it. It's 9 and 10, isn't it? At least that's my recollection of it. 11. Let me just double check. DBD. 11 doesn't apply. Whatever it is, Warsaw Pact QRA or something. Oh no. 11 NATO QRA. NATO QRA, if there's a detected Warsaw Pact flight. Well, anyway, it doesn't apply, right? Let's not waste time reading into it, Grant. Okay, so jamming phase. It might still be relevant, so I don't care about the spot jamming. I just want to point it down towards here, I think. I mean, well, like I said, yeah, we could get knocked down to medium altitude, couldn't we? Ah, this is going to trigger the SAM again, isn't it? Of course, I didn't have enough movement points to move out the way. Well, it's a long range one this time, but okay. Well, that doesn't help. However, I'm just thinking Saint. I think I'll turn it down just the 30 degrees that way, I think. Just to make sure that we're yeah, because even this is still shut down. So and with that, well, that spot jam is going to come off the WR. That's still on there. Well, I think we can get the other one on there. I'll check on that 2K22. It's not going to matter, but okay, right. That's jamming. Detection. What have we got that's undetected? Yeah, does this... See, I should just skip by this really, shouldn't I? Right, Cobra. On the C column, no modifiers. Rolled 15 for him, so he is detected, which is probably just as well being. Because the way, this doesn't really matter. Condor as well. Roll 16, so he's detected as well. And 4740 there. I don't know. I mean, I know I can not bother with these steps because they don't matter, but I feel like because you're carrying on my things, but it's not relevant to anything, is it? Silver Fox. Rolled 17 for him as well, so he's detected. So that's everybody else detected, isn't it? Which is fine by me. Maybe on that stage you should just turn them all face up and then just say, right, they're all detected, and his flight's already detected, so we don't need to check for that. Okay, and we don't need any WR check-in and all that nonsense. So movement, right. Well, maybe, yeah. Well, he's going to still fly around that orbit point, I think, that airfield. So I don't think it does really matter. We can chase them down, I think. Anyway, it's 1 to 6. Warsaw. I don't think I drew a chit, did I, last time? It was their initiative, and I just let them have the. Yeah, okay. I think I missed that. 1 to 6 is Warsaw Pact, so that is us. So, well, I will draw a chit this time. Let's see what we get. 3 in the large. Oh, it's the 3 in the 3. Good. Well, whatever. Yeah, because I can see that if Silver Fox... Yeah, I'm still worried about that scatter. Well, if I move Silver Fox away first, is that a better way of doing it? Yeah, okay, let's just do that. Let's, Silver Fox is F16 at medium altitude. He's got a speed of 4. He's a bottom, but he can dash. So he's going to dash. How's their fuel, though? He's got 1 fuel point left. Yeah, but hold on, he needs to get across the other side of the front, Grant. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, to be honest, Silver Fox doesn't need to get across. He's not got any issues with his aircraft. It's Saint that's sitting with a crippled aircraft across the other side of the front. Oh dear. Well, he could, as long as he still recovers crippled. If he, we're going to lose an extra victory point if he crashes because we're going to lose a pilot across that side. I think that's the downside to it. Those Silver Fox, it doesn't really matter then. Right, well, you know what? I'll move him at dash. He's got 1 fuel point left. So what is that at medium? That's 6 movement points. Well, I suppose here's the question that I was asking. I mean, I'm 2 away just now. If I move, does that still trigger? What's the movement point from that hex? I suppose that's what I was trying to ask in the previous part there. That would take me down to 5 movement points, by the way, just while we're at. I don't know. I feel like I'm spending the movement point in this hex, and I'm 2 hexes away. So I'm going to give it, but maybe John, if I've got that wrong, you can clarify that, and then at least we know for the future that wouldn't trigger it. But I kind of get the feeling it does, because I'm spending the movement point at a range of 2. Well, this is what I've always done it in the hex, climbing altitude bands. It's the same thing. You're moving from that hex. That's where the movement's occurring. So, but please tell me if I've got that wrong, John, because that could be relevant for the future. So, well, hang on. We need to roll for the long. It's still going to be long range. So he's going to attack on a nod, I want to say. Or he'll attack, even he won't. So let's have a quick die roll round here. Audio attack. That would be. Right, so okay, so this Sam is going to attack. Well, hopefully I have got this right then, or it could mess things right up, couldn't it? Right, play red card 2, Grant. I've been here before. Sam attack. It's going to be at long range. We just need the wee card along with us, and we'll pop across there. So here we are. So, so we're at medium altitude, and he's at long range, so he's got a -3. He's going to get another -1 for that, being infrared SAM attack. That one's not going to apply, though. So it's a -3 and a -1 for that, so it's a -4 to this. Oh, terrible. Well, good then. That's good that it's not going to happen because... hang on, no, that's a launch, isn't it? Yeah, that's even better. So he's launched. He's getting a SAM launch marker. He just rolled terribly. Good. Oops. Okay, so now we're just going to spend our rest of our 5 movement points. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, we're fine. 4-5. We're across the other side of the front. We're in a abort state. We dashed. We're at medium altitude. It doesn't matter if he gets across. He's got no damaged aircraft at all. But anyway, so he's moved. Silver Fox. Right. Let's just get the other stuff out the way. Slam does have a damaged aircraft. He's now across the front. He's at high altitude. He's got a movement of 5. He was aborting, so yeah, I mean technically he should be heading for the airfield. So 1, 3 turn, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's at high altitude. I suppose, I mean, I could have dashed him, but that's my choice. It's not, maybe the bot would want to do that, but that's my choice. It doesn't do me any good, I don't think. So he's moved. Cobra, right, well, you've got to move them, haven't you, Grant? So what's the slowest he can go? He's at high. He's just going to go around the orbit point, I think. He can go at speed 5, so he can go at 4. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, and then a turn of 30, 60, 90 degrees, and then 3, 4. Keeping him at high altitude, keeping him distorted, keeping him round the orbit point. His turn is done. Stop, Grant. Hang on, I'm forgetting I'm not moving all my flights. Stop. Let's not do that. Oops. Let's leave Cobra. He was facing that way, I think. Yeah, I've used 2 of my initiative flights. Yeah, Saint wants to be the third one, Grant. We want to get at Siskov. Now, how are we going to go in then? SC30, yeah, let's just go in this time. Let's just do it. So, I am... he's not going to go to respond either. So... sorry, Saint flight. Yeah, we're at high, are we? Yeah, we're at high altitude. I can't turn to start with. I'm just going to spend... it's 5... I'm only going to spend 4 movement points. Thing is, if we engage, it's not going to matter anyway. So I'm going to spend 1 movement point. Take me down to 3. To move on. And engage. That would come off. He's at high altitude. Siskov is at high altitude as well. And yeah, he's disordered. So I've got 3 more movement points, but as long as we engage, if we don't engage, then I've got 3 more movement points, and I can fly off, I suppose. So I'm gonna attempt standard air-to-air combat, which is probably what I should have done last turn. Right, yeah, let's do it. So again, just quick check of the requirements. Defender is detected. Not start a friendly fight. Defender within 1 hex, same altitude, or 1 altitude below. We're right in the hex this time. We've got an undepleted weapon, yes. And attacker's not disordered. Yeah, all good there. Right, so we both roll on this time. So again, I'll roll for the attacker first. Aggression value is +2. Target different altitude band. No, doesn't apply. Flight is disordered. Well, he's going to get that. We don't get that. No. So we're getting a +2. This is an important one, actually. And we're detected and it's day, so we need a 10. So with a +2. Oh, another fright. 11. Yeah, we were getting a +2. I think it's when I seen the 1 first, obviously, and panicked. So yeah, result for us there. So what about him? His aggression value is... this is Cisco, isn't it? It's 0. So nothing there. that doesn't apply. He is disordered, so he's -1. And target and rear hemisphere, that applies. Yeah, we got that one confirmed by John. I think that's the second time I've said that recently as well. So we were in his rear hemisphere. I know we've moved right into the hex, but I could be sitting outside the hex right now, is what I'm saying. So I think he's getting a -2 to this. Again, needs a 10. He's good this time. 15 -2 is 13. So it's going to be a yes and a yes this time. That's a pity, because I would have liked that surprise. So yes and yes means commence combat, no surprise or disadvantage. Okay. Right. So I'm going to do what I've done before and do steps A, B, C, D, and E for myself, and then, well, sorry, A we've already done. B, C, D, and E for myself, and then I'll switch over to him, and then we'll come back to morale. Okay, so we are sent flight. We have 3 undamaged, 1 crippled aircraft, so we're going to be rolling on the 3 column. Flight maneuver rating modifiers. Did we climb this movement phase? No. Zoom climbed. Markman maneuver. No. None of them apply to us. So here's all our modifiers. I do have the cards up there still. So the maneuver rating differential. We're both at high. I've got 9 and he's got 8. So we're getting a +1 there, and he's obviously going to get a -1. Aggression, we are +2 and he's 0, so we're getting a +2 there. So that's a +3 we've got. Give me a sec. The geometry, right, we came in from the rear, so I'm not going to show you the table, but we got a +1, he's going to get a -1 for that, so that's another +1 to 4. And enemy flight disordered, it is indeed. So we're going to get another +1 for that. That's up to 5, right? That's not bad at all then. Well, if we'd had surprise as well. Oof. Right, but we didn't have surprise, no disadvantage. Hang on, enemy flight is disengaging. Is that when he does it, when he's disordered? Right, when does that happen then? Right, hang on. Well, when does he announce that? Right, hang on, I might have skipped steps here then. Give me a sec. Yeah, so it does say bot flights attempt to disengage if disordered or aborted. So it is going to attempt this. We've not done this before, I don't think, so I'm not sure where. Right, I'll look up disengage in the rulebook first. Okay, I know we're not looking at much there. Hang on, I'll zoom out a bit. I've took the charts away. So on page 19, 11.4 special combat rules, 11.41 is disengagement. So I'm just wondering if there's anything on the chart here. Disengagement. You would think it'd be on play raid 1, but well. Okay, it says in standard air combat prior to the maneuver rolls, so that's fine. That's where we were at. The defending flight can elect to disengage. Disengaging flights do not roll for maneuver and take no shots. Flights attacking a disengaging flight apply a negative modifier to the maneuver roll. Disengaging flights do not scatter and are not marked with a maneuver marker after combat. They apply a -2 modifier to the morale table roll. Okay, so it says the attempt. Well, there's no roll in it. They just elect to disengage. It's just the wording in the solo bit there said they would attempt, wasn't it? Did I not read that as attempt? Maybe I didn't. Bot flights attempt to disengage if disordered or aborted. Okay. I think I should have said elect then. However, unless I'm missing something, maybe. Right, so they're going to disengage, so they're not going to roll for maneuver and take no shots. Okay? So let's go back to this chart, because that's going to give us a negative modifier here then. So we were up to +5. Just again, quickly, That was a +1, that was a +2, that's +3, another +1 there, +4. That we get as well, +5. Now, that is a -2. So we're going to get a -2 down to +3 here. And they're not going to roll, they're not going to do the manoeuvre thing and take no shots. Flight's attacking, a disengaging flight, apply a negative modifier to the manoeuvre roll, which is what we've got this there. Right, so that's what they're trying to do, is try to make this harder for us. I think I'm alright about that. Well, mind you, would they have done anything else? Maybe not. Right, on the 3 column, with a +3 modifier, and it's standard air as well. Let's see what we get. +3. Oh, it's got a 9, it's got a 5, 14, +3, 17. I like that number. 17 on the 3 column is 3. So we've got 3 shot opportunities. That'll do. So down to shot resolution. Now, looking at his flight. So he's only got, because the 2 of his aircraft being shot down, he's got 2 aircraft in the flight. 1 is damaged and 1 is undamaged. So, well, yeah, it's a bit debatable about what you do here. Well, we take a shot and then see what happens. Right, so what have we got? Combat value of selected weapons. Well, we're going to use our guns, because our guns are 3 and depletion level of 3. And we do have infrared missiles to go along with it, so we'll get the +1 for that. So it's a +4 we're getting to our shots. And yeah, I know I probably shouldn't cover this and roll it, but it's, it's just the way I've ended up doing it. It's a bit daft, but right. So with a +4, here we go. First shot. One of them's a 9. Right, 15 +4. 15 +4 is 19. That's a good number. 1 aircraft shot down. Okay, so we've got 1 aircraft shot down result. Now, if that was to hit flight number 1, aircraft number 1, they would just abort because they've only got a damaged aircraft left. I think we should just go for this though, I mean, we might end up shooting the same aircraft down more than once, but this is it. This is the last turn. It doesn't matter if we deplete our weapons. Yeah, let's go. So second shot opportunity with a +4. 9 +4, 13, that's just missing, isn't it? Yeah. 9 and 4. 13, yeah. Okay, we'll take the third shot. With a +4, 11, 4 is 15. 1 aircraft crippled. Okay, that's good. So we've got a crippled result and a damaged result, wasn't it? No, a shot down result. We've got a crippled result and a shot down result. And we took 3 shots. Okay, right, let's see what's... right, we've got check for depletion, I suppose. Okay, so checking for depletion. Our guns had a 3 depletion number. We fired 3 shots. So there's a -2 to this roll. Yeah, so 4 -2. Right, it only depletes the guns. It's not a 1. So we do have our guns depleted. Which is fine, really. That's Saint flight, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, he's actually still got infrared missiles if he wanted to. But remember, this is the last turn, Grant. So, yeah. Right, so now we've got 2 aircraft to shoot at. And basically, number 1 is going to be the undamaged aircraft. Number 2 is a damaged aircraft. So what do we want to roll on first here? Does it matter? We've got a crippled result. You know what? I don't think it matters, does it? I'm not sure. Let's just roll on. This is 1 die. Let's just roll on the what do we call it? The shot down result first. That's the way they came out, right? So on the 2 column, we're shooting down the 4 on the 2 column. So it's C1. Well, he doesn't have any crippled aircraft. He's a damaged aircraft. So that is going to be aircraft number 1. You can just see there. So I'm marking that one off. A bit messy, that, Grant. Right, so now we've still got 2 aircraft while we make this die roll. But we kind of want the result to be a 2 here. We want the result to be aircraft 2. I think there's more chances of that, actually. There you go. So we're rolling again. So I think we want this to be a high roll on the 2 column for the crippled result. 7. That should do it. 7 is, oh, it's just a straight up 2. Look. So aircraft 2 is genuinely aircraft 2. He was damaged. He is now crippled, shot down, because a crippled result on top of a damaged result shoots him down. Wow, what a perfect finish. How about that? Okay, so yeah, well, we've done, well, we need to roll for morale, but he doesn't do anything, because remember, he was not rolling for manoeuvre, and he was taking no shots. So we've now looked to straight to morale. There's no point checking for morale for him. His flights are all gone. However, we need to check morale for ourselves. And obviously this is a bit where after morale, it's more about the scar that's the issue maybe. So morale for us, air, aggression value +2, had surprise no, disadvantage no. Per enemy aircraft damage, cripple, shot down, we've done 2 of them, so that's another +2, that's +4. However, his flight was disengaging, so we got +2. No. Sorry, that's for me. That's if I was disengaging. So, my bad. So, it's a +4 still on this roll. +4. Right, here we go. 7 should maybe just be about right. 7 +4 is 11. Oh, no, it's not. I'm forgetting it's here to here, isn't it? So, 11 is, yeah, bad. So it's a -1 to our aggression value, and we're disordered. So it's kind of relevant, isn't it? So Saint drops 1 aggression value down to +1. And I'm going to mark him now with a disordered marker, if I can find one. Yeah, I cannot find one. Oh, there's a bar. It's on the other side of that, isn't it? Oh, it's not. That was manoeuvre. Right, hang on. Right, I've not attempted to actually put it on the flight because it's a bit messy at the moment, but I've put on the card. I know there's 2 F-16 flights, but I'm sure I'll remember that. We would have had to do jettison as well, but we've no weapons, air-to-ground ordnance, or any of that. Yeah, that's it. So, right, scar, right, this is a big bit. We don't want an odd die roll here. So he's on this one. So just keep it even and everything's good. And I think we can just go home. Here we go. Ah, come on. Right, a 5. So straight ahead he's going. Okay. And he's dropping our altitude band. Okay, so straight ahead, in here, you know what, we can take the blue dice away as well. So we're right into the suppressed airfield, and we're dropping, hang on, that's Siskov, yeah, that was, Siskov's on his card, so we're dropping to medium altitude here. The movement points got soaked up because we did engage. I'm just going to take the other blue dice away just to clear things up. Okay, so when we drop to medium altitude, right above the AAA barrage zone. Ah yeah, we're only going to get the fire from that. We're not going to get the inherent. So, and we're not going to get the SAM. Okay. But I can take this guy out of the way. He's gone. How about that? We can take some of that away as well. Well, get things finished. You can take everything away, Grant. Start afresh. Well, that won't be happening just yet. But anyway. Okay, so he's scattered into the hex and he's dropped his altitude band, and now we need to check for an AA fire. And this is going to be the last thing happening in the game, I think. Because remember, we're not going to move again. The only problem is he's going to have to roll for recovery over the other side of the front, which could lose us an extra point if things go bad. Right, let's check this AA then. So we don't get the SAM because it's launched. We don't get the inherent AA because we're still at medium. We've dropped to medium altitude. However, we do get this light SAM attack. So it made an 18. So I'm hopeful that nothing's going to spoil the party here. Here we go. 12. Right, that'll do. So it's not hitting us. All is good. We scattered. Well, actually, I've took the flight away. There's a couple of other things, wasn't there? Bailout. Roll for bailouts. Markers. Place a... Right, I become undetected. So it's he, but he's not here. He's not with us anymore. What else? Markers. Place a BVR. Avoid mark. No, you're looking at the wrong thing, Grant. Markers. Well, we got a maneuver marker, don't we? Yeah, we got a maneuver marker. And... Well, we're disordered as well, aren't we? Maneuver. I'll maybe move that down now that he's away. Disordered. And we undetected the flight. Then bailout, mark fuel. Okay. So roll for bailout. Oh no, Saint was okay. Right. Silver Fox, it was close to the fuel. What am I doing? Bailout, yeah, bailout. Well, he got 2 aircraft shot down, so we need to check for the 2 of them. Can I not just do that here carefully? There we go. Yeah, because if they bail out safely and don't get killed in action, then all is good. There's no point because the parachutes are going to be over their side of the front. So, however, they might get killed in action. So I'm rolling the first one. We got a 1 to 4. Is the only result that's really necessary. That's going to do anything different. So 1 to 4. The first one is 8, so he's fine. Second one, 4. Right. Okay. So we shot down one of them. So that's 3. That's 3 flights that pilots that have been shot down from our benefit, if you like. That's not a very nice way of doing it, but we're going to get victory points. Is what I mean for that, and then mark off a fuel point for. Where's my black pen went? It's there. Mark off a fuel point for saying not that matters, and yeah, right. I think God, I still stretch that to an hour and 8 minutes. I need to get away now. So can we quickly finish things off? Well, he's no more flights to move, right? We would have our jamming flight to move. It's irrelevant. It's across the right side of the front. Saint is moved. So Cobra could roll for disorder recovery in the phase. In fact, I've not moved Cobra yet. He would just burrow around the thing. I don't need to do that. Come on, I'm just skipping by here. Where's played card 4? Just in case. Dash throttle. Okay, Silver Fox spent another fuel point. That's no big deal. Flights that left the map where there's not any. So Silver Fox, that was his last fuel point. I think he's alright until you think if he was to do anything else. And that's so what? For SAM location, track phase, we don't need to check track, SAM acquisition, admin, flight, roll for discovery, disorder recovery. Cobra could do that. It's irrelevant. We could roll to remove the shutdown marker and the suppression over there. No, let's not go there. Completing the scenario, recovery phase, roll for recovery of any remaining on map flights. 20.2. What time is it? Nah, this has certainly got later than I'd wanted to. I should have known. Just get it set up for. Right, recovery rolls. End the scenario. All aircraft on a side must be recovered. Those that do not recover safely count as destroyed for victory point purposes. Right, I think we know this. Now, we've not got any flight's fuel point allowance has been exceeded. We've not got any of that. We have one aircraft to consider that's at the wrong side of the front as Saint. The rest are fine, okay? So, basically, we're wanting that bit that tells you about recovery. There, it's there, Grant. Right, let's put that there. And... okay, we'll just look at this. Now you can see the flights at the side there as well. So let's look at Cobra first. Cobra has one crippled aircraft, you can see. Now he's on the right side of the front. So we're going to roll this 2 dice. And he's getting a -7. The other modifiers do not matter. Right, he's just we're rolling for each individual aircraft. We're rolling for that crippled aircraft. He gets a -7 to see what happens to him. Right, and if we end up with less than or equal to 2, if we've got more than or equal to 2, the aircraft recovers. Right, so with a -7 for Cobra's crippled aircraft. 12 -7 is 5, so he's fine. So what I'll do is I'll just leave, obviously I would mark this as destroyed, so I'll leave that as a crippled, and then they'll get the points for me recovering as a crippled aircraft. Right, same with Saint Flight, although there's a slight difference here. In fact, does that modifier kick in then? Per full or fraction of 5 hexes, the flight's exit hex is on the enemy side of the front. Only applies to the north side map edge exit. I think that's when he's exited. If he's exited the wrong side, they would come into effect. So I don't think that does bother me. Again, it's the crippled, the -7. The problem with this one is if this one crashes, then the pilot gets captured, I think. Right, so with a -7, here we go. 9, only just. 9 -7 is 2. We only needed 2 though, greater than or equal to 2, so he's all good. So Saint Flight is staying crippled. The other one we've got is Slam, who's damaged. So yeah, it's a bit easier going. So he's got a -2, so yeah. We need, if we roll a 1, a 2, or a 1, a 2 or a 3 here, that's the only result that could be. Right, rolled 7, so 7 -2 is 5, and all good there. So we'll leave him on his damage side. So that's all our flights. Now, all their flights have all been rolled on, haven't they? Yeah, because they've all left the map, haven't they? And just to show them all here, well, in fact, I'll just take that away and put that down there. There they are there. I mean, well, Siskov got completely wiped out. Zelenko had a damaged, and he had a damaged, crippled, and shot down. He got 1 flight out. But yeah, we rolled on all of these. Yeah, because they've not had more on the map, so that's fine. Yeah. So I want to say that, what's the next phase? Bomb damage assessment phase. Okay, roll for all non-assessed air-to-ground damage. Well, we definitely want to do that. We've been waiting all game on that. Well, it took us pretty much most of the game to get to there. So, is it playing card 3? I believe it is. So here we are. Now we've got, just angling our, now let's move it close. We're looking at the airfield here. You can see it's got a 2. So let's just bring that across. Oops. A bit of pausing, Grant. Come on. Professionally. So we've got a 2 result. This was our 72 strength bombs, and we ended up with a 2 result. So I'm going to roll 2 dice on this. There's no modifiers, and we're rolling on this column. We need, to get any points at all, we need a 10. We need at least a 10 here to get some result. Okay, so here we go. Here's what we've all been waiting for. Come on. Yeah, it was bound to be. This could be a close finish then. I get a feeling because of that last attack we had though, we might be scraping this. And we never lost any flights ourselves. So we've rolled an 8. As you can see, an 8 on the 2 column as just a no effect. So much for a bombing run. So that was a miserable sort of... Right, and then the last phase is victory phase. So let's just go and look at count up our points. Well, we know we're getting no points for the runway. So what we'll do is put the other aircraft flight log sheet up, because that will be where we will see. Sorry, I'm moving things about here all over the place. Right. So the victory points are. Where's that paper I had? There it is. Right, because I was jotting it down earlier, but let's just get it right this time. And remember, we shot three planes, pilots got killed. Right, so was the runway totally destroyed? We got 12 points for that. No. 9 for... Sorry, I'd like to be able to show you this, but I think it's probably better because I'm going to have to count up these. So 9 if the runway was heavily damaged, right? Right, hang on. Maybe I can sort of show it while we're... There we go. Right, so 12 for it being destroyed, 9 for it being damaged, and we couldn't even get a 6 light damage on it, so that's a no. Right, 2 points for... 2 NATO victory points for Warsaw Pact aircraft shot down or crashed. So we're going to get 2 points for each. And as you can see, what we got there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aircraft shot down. We get 2 points for each, so we've got 12 points there, right? Now the next one is 4 Warsaw Pact victory points for NATO aircraft shot down or crashed. Well, we never got any shot down or crashed, so they're not getting any points for that. So then you get 2 enemy aircraft, 2 points for enemy aircraft recovers crippled, right? Okay, so that's a red marker. So we've got 1 there, so we get 2 points for him. So I'm going to add up mine, and then we'll come back, of course, because I do have some damage and crippled. And then you get 1 for any recovered damaged. And over here we've got 1, 2 damage. That's the purple mark. So another 2 points. And then finally, well, I say finally for us anyway, for what we're getting, enemy crew member killed or captured, we got 3 there, and you can see that the last 2 are enemy SAM, totally destroyed or heavily damaged. We're never doing any of that, but we will get 3 for the crew, right? And that's a total for us of 19. Yeah. So, and then looking across to us, they're going to get 2 points for crippled recovery, so they're going to get 1, 2, they're going to get 2 of them, so they're going to get 4 points, and then 1 point for damage recovery, so they get 1. So they're getting 5 points. Take away the 5 points from our 14 points. That's pretty good. all it needed there was a slight damage on the runway for the 20 points. So, yeah. So we finished in the same territory we've finished in the last few missions, isn't it? Victory 10 to 19 is victory, and we were on 14 points. So it was an interesting finish there, but maybe again comfortable in the end, wasn't it? But I don't know. I mean, that's only 4 scenarios gone. There's still another 6. Mike did say that this is where the rules peaked out, so maybe this was the one that really get you into the game and see everything involved. So I think there's probably a good chance that mission scenarios 5 through to 10 might start getting a bit harder as well for us. And now we should have all the rules cleared up and know what we're doing. And yeah, it's been great to run through this. Amazing help from John Brown, because I probably wouldn't be at this stage if it hadn't been for him. And Howard with his comments, and to be honest, Mike picked up 2 or 3 as well. He, just whoever's commented and helped me through this, because I wouldn't have got here with that, I don't think, because it's it's tough. The rules are tough, and also my way of learning sometimes the way I read things is can be clumsy, and that whole thing. It took John long enough to eventually get around to me about the different AA modifier, the minus modifiers for your bombing run and whatever. That should have sunk in much quicker, but however, that's what it is. Anyway, yeah, enjoyed that. So 14 points. Yeah, another victory, but I know Hal had said he was a bit concerned that I was finding it easy. I don't know, that wasn't easy. I think you noticed that at the end there, Hal. It did look a bit touch and go, and my bombing on the runway, it was a terrible die roll there, and it was a terrible die roll at the end as well. But if I had got a slight result, I would have been in the 20 victory point mark. But I think that was only because we went after Siskov to finish him off, and come out of that quite nice as well. So yeah. Okay, so going to look forward to starting off scenario 5. I'm not sure I'm going to dive right into that, but you never know. I might come home tomorrow and say, well, I've got the other game sort of bits of it lying on our table, and I know what I'm doing here now. So it's, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it did come sooner than you think, but we'll see. Well, I eventually got that to an end anyway. And here's hoping John's not going to come back and spoil the party too much with multiple errors that I've made there, because I was rushing. In fact, the last 2 videos, to be honest, just to try and get this finished today, it was quite a bit of a rush. Okay, so I should get away now, because I have overstayed my welcome here, and need to get on with some other things before bed and etc. Okay, I'll be back with I'll be back with scenario 5 sometime. Whether that's the next time I press record or not, we shall see. Okay, cheers.